So, all right, Ernie, are you ready to roll?
I am ready to roll.
Okay, well, I will keep watching
I got it fixed.
folks coming in. I'm so glad. And Ernie Seta is with A Media. He is here in our region, and he's the guru of the online marketing stuff. So I will turn it over to you, Ernie. And if you guys have questions, please feel free to put them in the chat, and I can ask Ernie, or you can just sort of jump in. This is a learning session for you guys. So
yeah.
If
you want to jump in and ask away. And you had to lay the guru label on me right there. I'm already jinxed. Okay, I'm kidding. Thank you all for the opportunity to be in front of you. As Peggy said, I'm the digital marketing manager at AIM Media, which owns the Daily Advocate, and I'm located in our Troy office. So I kind of wanted to run through some things that I kind of walk through this with clients all the time. So I think it's a good chance to go through some of these different questions. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right. So agenda, talk about what digital marketing is and some things for you to think about before you even start doing digital marketing. We're going to talk about what I refer to as a moment of truth, and then also what I call top of mind advertising. We'll deal with questions that businesses have all the time. I got a fixed budget. Where do I go? What do I start with? We're going to talk about a couple popular products. And then I'm going to show you some different campaign examples from other clients and give you some things to remember going forward. So, like I said, ask any questions that you guys have as we go. So, digital marketing, what is it? It's the component of digital component marketing that uses the internet and different online technologies. It will go through the desktop, it will go through mobile phones, it will go through tablets, but it uses other digital, there's multiple digital medias, multiple platforms, and multiple tactics that can promote a business's products or services, okay? So before you start advertising, I always ask this question. Does your business already have a digital presence? Okay. And there's some questions within that. First thing that I think every business needs to have, if they don't already have, is a Google business listing. So put the website out there on Google. If you wanted to create one, that's a place to start. But a lot of businesses set it up when they open their business and then they never go back to it. So, my question is, if you do have one, is all the information correct? Is your phone number right? Is your address right? Do you have the right hours listed? If you're like a restaurant, do you want to upload your menu, on there? Another thing that's important in here, are you checking your reviews? Because if you got some bad reviews out there, you want to kind of handle those, okay? So that's important. That's the first step is your business listing. Second thing is, when you do a Google search on your business, where do you show up? When you do a search for a product that you sell, where do you show up? Are you on page 1, of the listing? And also, is your competitors, where do they rank compared to your business? If you're not on page 1, I'm going to throw this number at you, 90%. Okay. So if you're not on page 1, 90% of people that do a Google search, they don't go past page 1. So if you aren't on page 1, your business, it doesn't exist to the searcher. Okay. All right. First page of a Google listing's got the first 10 websites, okay? And then it also has usually 3 businesses that might paid ads to show up on that site, okay? But if you're not showing up there for like all your products in your markets, then something you might want to look at doing is what's called search engine optimization. And in the industry, that's referred to as SEO. So, you know, it's, if you, that service, what they do, the people that provide that service, and we're one of those that do this, but it's somebody that helps improve the content and the programming in your website. So Google will rank it better on searches. Okay. So that's something to maybe look at if you're not doing ranking well on Google. Okay. But that's something, in some cases, this is something that might be more expensive, but it's something long-term that you might want to look at. Okay. Any questions? Somebody, oh, I heard a click there. Maybe somebody, okay. All right. Here's another question to ask. Can people buy services on your website? Okay. Think back to 2020 when the pandemic hit. Those businesses that had the ability for somebody to buy something through their website definitely did better than the ones that did not. Okay. So if you sell services that people can buy online, that might be something you want to look at. And I know that adding that feature might be something that's expensive, but it might be worth it in the long run. Okay. And the reason why is I wanted to throw this this little caption, this graph from eMarketer. I'm a big eMarketer reader and all their little surveys that they do, but it talks about how often did the U.S. consumer shop online. So 7%, more than once a day. 9%, at least once a day. You know, so you can see all that going. What I think is interesting on there is 5% say they never shop online. Okay, so there's a lot of people shopping online. And, you know, you don't have to be Amazon to have that capability. Okay, but this is something you might want to look at doing long term for the success of your business. All right. Okay. So, moment of truth. So when somebody needs something right now, they're going to go do a search. Okay. So they might search on Amazon. They might search through Google, a search engine. They might search on YouTube, on Facebook, things like that. But that's what I call moment of truth. Somebody wants to buy something right now, or they want to research something right now. You know, if they can't find you on Google search, then you're missing that moment of truth with a buyer. Okay. But there's ways around that. Okay. There's things that you can do to still be relevant to businesses or to consumers when they're looking for products and services. So, you know, what that is, I think I call this top of mind marketing. So what does it? It's the placement of digital ads about your business on different digital platforms. Okay. And the whole goal behind top of mind marketing or brand awareness is getting the word out about your business, reaching as many people as possible based on your budget, and then hopefully driving traffic to your website. Okay. And by driving traffic to your website, that will in turn drive traffic to your stores. So notice when I say website, I'm not talking about stores in some cases, because younger generations, they're going to check out a business digitally first before they ever feel comfortable walking into a business or even calling a business. That's a big thing with millennials, Gen Zers, and that includes your reviews. Okay, they're going to check out to see, are people complaining about your business, doing business with you? Okay, so if you got negative reviews, you want to stay on top of it. But with top of mind marketing, you're putting your ads in front of people so they can start thinking about you more often. Okay, so the goal here is to put your ads in front of that targeted audience, those buyers that you want to attract, but for them to see your ads as much as possible. Okay. Any questions so far? Sorry.
Ernie, this is Peggy. I just wanted to say that I don't think it's only, I mean, I'm on the cusp between boomers and Gen X. And let me tell you, I research everybody
Right.
before I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't go and have a sandwich somewhere without checking out, but if we're looking for a place to eat, I'm looking at online reviews.
And I'm the way too. I'm a boomer. You know, I'm at the end of the boomer line there. I'm the same way, Peggy. But I will say, I think the older generations are more apt to walk into a store without doing that.
Probably.
Okay. Younger generations, man, they check everything out. You know, they're sitting in, they might be watching TV, but they're sitting there with their tablet looking up stuff. I laugh at my wife every night that we're watching TV together. She's over there doing something on her tablet. My wife is a project person. So I always ask the question, what are you doing now? You know, so yeah, because she's researching, I was thinking about adding, and she's like Bob Vila. She knows how to do everything with a home. So, you know, I'm always interested in what she's doing and researching things. So, but I hear you. I think you're right. But the way things are getting is everybody's got their phone in front of them or their tablet or their computer. They're checking things out. They're always checking things out. Okay. All right. So, this is a common comment I get from a client or a common fear. It's like, hey, I got a fixed budget. I don't even know where to start. And that's okay. Okay. Whoever you have as your digital marketing partner, they're going to consult with you to figure out where to start. Okay. So a lot of the questions about where to start is, you know, where does my business need to grow? Okay. Am I growing in the right areas product wise? You know, do I need to attract younger consumers or older consumers? Do I need a specific audience for this product, but a different audience for that product? Those are the type of things that we need to know when we formulate, you know, a plan on where to advertise. Okay. And asking those questions is a good thing, because sometimes I'll sit down with a small business and it's like, I want to do this and I want to reach these folks, but I also want to reach these folks. And it's like, okay, month one, let's go after these folks. Month two, let's go after that. You're formulating your marketing strategy. Okay. So it's okay to not put $5,000 into advertising this month. You know, hey, I got $500. Where do I spend it? You know, that's where we kind of put together a strategy based on some questions. Okay. So let's look at a couple popular tactics, you know, in digital. So one of the things that's super, super hot is video marketing. It's growing more and more and more. So like eMarketer says, more than half of all the money spent in digital advertising this year is gonna be in video marketing, some facet of video marketing. And you could do video marketing in different places. There is called OTTC TV, and that stands for over the top connected TV, or AKA streaming TV. Okay. So you can put video marketing ads out on OTT. Now, you're not doing it in the, you know, Netflix, Amazon Prime type of products. You're doing it on ad supported video components. So like Freevee, Pluto TV, Sling TV, Tubi, Crackle. Those are different examples of places where you can, those are ad supported platforms that people are watching a movie or a TV show that have commercials. Okay. So you can put video advertising in front of those folks. But you can also do video ads in YouTube, in Facebook and Instagram. And by the way, Facebook owns Instagram. So when you do a campaign on there, you can say, I want to do it just on Facebook. I want to do it just on Instagram, or I want to do it on both. Okay. Snapchat, great way to reach younger folks. TikTok, super, super popular. They're all about video marketing. If you're a B2B business, LinkedIn has the capability of doing video marketing. Okay. And then there's also different ad bureau platforms where you could put a video out on. So like, and what I mean by that is like I'm on a website and all of a sudden there's a video, I'm reading a website about some article and there's a video playing. That's an ad. That's those type of situations. Okay. So video is really powerful. It's a great way to get your message across. Okay. So a couple of some statistics with video marketing. According to Wistia, videos under 2 minutes, they get the best engagement, which is absolutely true. 33% of video viewers will stop watching a video after 30 seconds. 45% will stop after a minute. 60% will stop after 2 minutes per ad age. And CNN reports 65% of viewers, they're going to skip that video ad as soon as they can. Okay. But that's okay. The whole idea behind video advertising is if somebody doesn't watch it, doesn't watch your ad every time, you're going to have other opportunities. If I am targeting Peggy and Peggy didn't watch it this time, I might be able to put that video ad in front of Peggy another time later in the week, Single Grain reports 93% of marketers are using video right now. Okay. And 73% of business-to-business marketers say, I've gotten good ROI because of video marketing. Okay. And I've seen that with clients I have that are doing video marketing is doing really well for a couple B2B clients I have. Okay. So the big key measurement with video marketing is the percentage of videos that are being watched in full. So I might have delivered 40,000 video ads this month, but only 45% of them were watched in full. That's kind of how it goes with video marketing, and 45% is a good number. Okay. So I've had campaigns that have run that's been 65%. I've had campaigns that have been 30%. It depends on the product and depends on who we're targeting. Okay. But those things do help. All right. Okay. Some best practices with video marketing. The shorter the video, the better. Okay, so 15 seconds, 30 seconds, that's typically the best. Okay. You got to place your message on who you are, the main thing, up front in the video, not at the end like in a TV commercial. That's a big mistake on marketers that they put, hey, we're located at this street and blah, blah, blah. Those people have already skipped the video. So like on YouTube, if you run your video on YouTube as a pre-roll, and I'm sure we've all seen those. Hey, I want to watch a video on how to fix a watch. Before my video starts running, here comes an ad for, Liberty Mutual. Okay. Well, after 5 seconds on YouTube, I can skip it. Okay. So it's important. Liberty Mutual, whatever their message is, hey, here's our website or whatever. They got to show that before the first 5 seconds. Okay. And if you can play your video, and this is certain platforms, we can do this. If you can play your video with sound, do it. If you can make your video unskippable, do it. But if you do it, keep your video short. So you can't do that on YouTube. YouTube, everybody's videos can be skipped after 5 seconds, but there's certain platforms where you could say, I don't want to give them a choice to skip it. Okay. So your digital marketer can set these kind of things up. Okay. If they're available. Any questions so far? Okay. Keep going here. Okay, some product ideas if you have limited budgets. Okay, so again, for top of mind marketing, I'd recommend like targeted display advertising, email marketing, Facebook, Instagram marketing. If you're looking to get your feet wet, or I want to dip my toe in digital marketing, these are three things I recommend. Okay, is one of these three things. And sometimes you could run them all three together, but so targeted display advertising. And this was something from my presentation I did last year to people in the chamber. But targeted display advertising, what is it? It's the placement of ads on a website that somebody's reading, and it's been systematically delivered to them based on being the type of demographics that you want as a customer, or if it's somebody that was at a website earlier and they're getting what's called retargeting. So the whole goal behind targeted display ads is that somebody's seeing your ad on a website, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times during a month. Okay, so you would run this campaign typically for a month. So like I said, it's great the way of getting the word out. It's mainly target displays best used with as like a secondary product, but you can do it as a primary product if you got limited budgets. Okay, and then some businesses do retargeting ads to bring you back to their website. So that's something like our auto dealers do all the time. So if I went out to say SVG's website to look at a car, and then later I'm going out to Kelley Blue Book to figure out the price of my car currently and what I could sell it for, odds are there's going to be an ad on Kelley Blue Book for SVG to click on. And if I click on these, I'll go back to their website. So target display ads, they're clickable, and you're going to send them back to usually your main web page. Okay, but you can send them to Facebook pages, things like that too. Okay, so this is an example of an ad. And this is an old ad. I think I made this like a year and a half ago, but there's two targeted display ads on there. One's for Ridge Wallet and one's for Lending Tree. So both of them wanted to reach out to me. Ridge Wallet is what's retargeting at, because I actually went out to their website to look at their wallet. I didn't buy it, but I got served their ad. But when I went out to Fox News, and if I went out to CNN or CBS Sports or whatever, those ads would probably get thrown out to me there too. Okay, but the whole idea is I met the demographics for both those companies that people they wanted to put their ad in front of. Okay. So this is an example of a campaign that I did for several months. Our company did for a company. It was local funeral home. So we did targeted display every month for the month, for 30 days for $400. Okay. So the goal here is that the main thing with this product is that people are seeing your ads. That's the main goal. It's like I saw, Joe Smith's funeral home multiple times this month. So, the goal there is, when I need to make a decision to use a funeral home, they're going to be the first one I think of. Okay. So one month, that first month, they got 231,000 ads delivered for $400. Okay. And 132 people clicked on the ad, which brought them back to their website. So the clicks part of it is actually gravy, in my opinion. The whole idea is putting ads in front of people so they see the name of their funeral home. They become familiar with their funeral home. And if you notice, like the next month, that same $400 only got them 165,000 ads. And the reason why that's different is the audience sometimes is available more one month than it is the next month. Okay, so nothing changed in the criteria of that campaign. It's just how many people were available. There was more people the first month that I could deliver ads to, more chances to deliver ads than it was the second month. Okay, so but this campaign ran continuously for them, and it really got people thinking of, made their funeral home more word of mouth. Okay, so this is something great to do for like a new business, or maybe even a new product. It's like, hey, we're selling bicycles, and you put your bicycle ad out there a million times for people to see it. It's a great way to let people know. Okay. Another product that works really, really well, especially in our market, is email marketing. Now, there's two different kinds of email marketing. There's the kind that goes out to your customers, and that's people that signed up to, hey, I want to get your ads. Those are usually run through systems like Constant Contact, or Intuit's got a product called MailChimp. But there's also email products out there that could target people who aren't your customers. And that's the kind of product that like AMedia has. So it's, we call it opt-in marketing, but it's a great way to target exactly who you want to reach. And the reason why email is so powerful is it can reach everybody. It can reach every generation. 90% of the people that are out on the internet have an email address, at least one. Okay. So you could reach every generation. And the other nice thing about email ads, there's no ad restrictions. If you did something on Google and you were like a mental health provider, Google's going to make sure they check your company out before they let you do ads on their system. Facebook does the same thing. Okay, so with email marketing, there's none of that ad restriction. Okay, so you could put an ad in front of them that could be very large. Email ads could be pretty big. And what's neat about email ads is you could put multiple hyperlinks. So you could take the reader, if they click on one of them, exactly where you want them to go. I want them to go to my main web page. I want them to go to a landing page about a new product I'm offering. I need more people signing up for Instagram and Facebook for me. So I'm going to send them, I'm going to put a link for my for Instagram and Facebook on my email ad. That's a great way to get more people to follow you. Okay. So here's an example. This is an email campaign I ran for Fairfax Credit Union. They're a credit union down in Cincinnati. But this was run like a year and a half ago when they opened their new office. Okay, so they opened their new headquarters, beautiful building. And they had two buttons that you could click on. He had one that if I clicked on it, it would show a couple specials that they're running in honor of them opening their new office. And then the orange button was to get directions to their new office. So, but as you can see, you can put a lot of information on there. They got their lobby hours, they got their drive-through hours, and they even have an offer on there. Hey, come on in, we'll give you a $5 gift card. We'll buy you breakfast or lunch. Which $5 doesn't buy breakfast and lunch in a lot of places, but they're offering a nice offer there. So they got a real good response rate on this email campaign. I'll show this. This is some results for another client that we ran 4 different email campaigns. So I believe this client was it was another financial institution. So the first column was a campaign about auto lending. Okay, the second one might have been a campaign about mortgages, but we targeted a specific type of person. So in the first campaign, it went out to 22,093 people. 4,253 opened it. I'm going to talk about open view rates here in a minute. And then 615 people clicked on one of the links in the ad and went to wherever they wanted. So They could have clicked on something to find out more information about the auto loan. They could have clicked on something that gave them ability for somebody to apply online. But they got a really good 2.78. That's a real good click rate. View rates and emails have kind of been skewered the last 9-12 months because of different device, like Apple's put in mail privacy protection. So Apple actually, if I opened up an email on my iPhone or my iPad, it actually masks to that marketer if that email was opened. Okay, so open rates aren't necessarily true to form nowadays, but the main thing about email is driving traffic. So it's about clicks. So it can drive the most volume to your websites and hopefully to your stores through email marketing. It does a great job. It really drives traffic. But all these click rates, an average click rate's about 1.6, 1.7. As you can see, all these were great, really good. 3% on one of them was excellent. So they got real good responses. Okay. Social media. So social media advertising, it's Facebook, it's Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, LinkedIn, which is businesses. But it's a great way to reach different generations and different demographics to let people know, outside of people who are already your followers on Facebook or Instagram or any of those. You could target people who aren't your followers. So you could just helps increase the activity and traffic to your business. So social media advertising does a great job. Some of these ad platforms are really good at targeting the exact type of person you want as a customer. Okay, so they do really good jobs on some of them. And some of the platforms have the ability to run different types of campaigns. Like you can run, like on Facebook, you could run a reach campaign, which means the whole goal is reaching as many people as possible. And other campaigns, you could run like a traffic campaign. It's like, I want volume on my website. And you can even have like a lead generation form campaign on some of these things. So they're really good. They got some really neat capabilities. So this is an example of, this was a traffic campaign. So this was for a local medical practice. So we did a Facebook campaign. We were really targeting a specific audience. So we reached 3,062 people, but we delivered 46,000 ads to them. So the average person got at least 15 ads a person on average, but it generated 373 clicks or website, which is really good. Then we also report post engagement reactions. It's like, did they smile? Did they write a comment? You know, that type of thing. But this was a real good campaign for this client. And then all three of this, here's an example of a campaign that we ran using all three of these. So this campaign was actually to a, oh gosh, who was this to? It was about an event. Yeah, it was advertising an event that was coming up. So we did target display campaign for like a month. So we delivered 215,000 ads. It generated 176 clicks. We did a Facebook campaign. It reached almost 47,000 people, and we delivered 160,000 ads to them. So the average person got it, the ad 3.4 times. It generated 267 clicks. And then we did an email campaign to 20,000 people, and it generated 452 clicks. So it drove a lot of traffic to their website about this event. So they had a real good, successful event. All three of these things together, they spent $1,600. okay, as an example for this one. But it was a good campaign. This is a bigger example of all this. So this is somebody, this was for a renewal issue campaign last November. So we did all types of different tactics. So we did targeted display. We did YouTube pre-roll videos, so video marketing. We did Spotify audio advertising. So we delivered ads on Spotify. We did ads in Snapchat and Instagram. So we were trying to reach younger folks there. And then we ran 2 email campaigns. We ran one over a month before the election was, but early voting started. And then we ran one the weekend before Election Day. So all these campaigns got real good results. And what's interesting, the email campaigns, they got like average click rates or whatever, but what's interesting about this campaign, the email ad was chock full of all the information why to vote yes for this issue. And people didn't even have to click on it. It told them everything. So I will tell you this campaign, this renewal levy passed by largest margin ever when we ran this last year. So it went really, really well for them. Okay. All right. So whatever type of advertising you're doing in digital, I would kind of ask you to remember these things. Digital advertising, it's a process. It's gonna evolve. Okay. I remember doing a campaign 2 years ago with a dentist office, and we were doing geofencing. And at the first time when we started the geofencing, we were targeting, geofencing is you're targeting businesses. People walk in with their phones and they have their locator on, and you can deliver ads to them after they leave a business in their phone. But the geofencing campaigns we did like the first couple months versus a year later or a year and a half later we've evolved that process and made it so much more efficient. But that's what you kind of live and learn on what you do on digital advertising. There's going to be good campaigns. There's going to be some bad things on some campaigns. So some of the things you learn. And it's important to be aware of what works, but also to maybe change tactics from time to time to maybe try to reach new people, new type of audiences. There's different things like Spotify. I think that same dental office, we started doing Spotify campaigns for them later. So that was just something that was a new market that they wanted to try and see who they could reach there. But it's good to be open-minded when you start digital advertising, and you could have the right tactic, but maybe the message, the advertisement was the wrong thing, and but you tweak those things and you make them better and better. So those are just some things to keep aware of. And that's all I had. Do we have any questions, Peggy?
We haven't had any in the chat, but if anybody has any, feel free to jump in. I know Jessica or Jennifer sent me an email. She had to leave, but she's going to come back and watch the video because she was very interested. So yeah. Okay. So anybody else have any questions?
If you don't have something, my email's there. Shoot me an email. Mm-hmm. I'd be happy to answer anything. I talk with businesses all the time about questions they might have. Hey, you ever had have you ever done this, or can we find these type of people? What kind of campaigns can we run? I always get little questions like that. So, let us know how we can help you. Yeah.
And Annette just jumped off. I was going to give her a shout out. Annette Brian Baker from Greenville Federal is our speaker next month. I was going to have her plug her presentation, but we'll get that registration up and out to everybody very quickly for next month as well. Ernie, thank you so much. You really are a guru, whether you believe it or not, in this stuff.
Thanks, Peggy.
Great information and so much to think about, new places opening up to view all the time. And I want to say that I'm one of those click as soon as the 5 seconds is done on YouTube.
You're out of there.
Well, I am. But, you know, if it's Kroger or whatever game or whatever, I've seen it enough that it's still registering that I know immediately what that ad is, even after 5 seconds. So
yeah,
that may say more about how much
it.
I watch YouTube than something else. But
yep. Yep. Because you've seen it before. That's the whole idea behind it. Repetition.
Yep.
So, yeah. Okay. Well, thanks. Thank you all. I appreciate your time. And hope everybody has good Wednesday. Wow.
Yeah. It's only Wednesday. Yep.
Wednesday.
All right. Thank you, Ernie. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you again all soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.